Welcome back, folks, to the Shankly session. This is your Liverpool versus Southampton match reaction. Liverpool 4, Southampton 0. Liverpool will not get an easier day at the office than today. An absolute training session without a shadow of a doubt. And to be honest with you, the 4-0 absolutely flattered Southampton. It could have been at least double that. Couple of stats from the game. Liverpool, possession 65-35, but shots 20 shots to 6 shots. Absolutely dominant from the Reds today under the lights at Anfield. Sometimes these dark evenings are not too bad in the winter, especially when you're at Anfield underneath the lights. Let's move it. This was a vital game for Liverpool, moving up to second in the table. A point behind Chelsea now after closing the gap. Obviously, Chelsea playing United tomorrow, so let's see what happens there. And also moving above City as well, who entertain West Ham tomorrow afternoon as well. So it was vital that we put the points on the board and take that first step when we have the earlier kickoff. Let's move on. Goals from Jota after 2 minutes really got the boys going. I mean, the high press and the speed that these guys just attack with and force the issue with is unbelievable. Excellent goal from Jota with the assist from Andy Robertson, sent the Reds on their way. Absolutely brilliant. Andy Robbo today, hats off to Robbo, back in the team again. You know, looking back to his very, very sharp best. He was on it today. And only his link-up play with Mane at times was absolutely sublime, but Mane's final pass at times today was poor. And, you know, a couple of more times he could have put Robbo in that he didn't, but opportunity was there. A second from Jota on 32 minutes with the assist from Mo Salah. Obviously, Mo Salah as well could have had a couple of goals himself today if his shoot boots had been on, but very unlucky. And only a poor pass from Salah when he broke down the left that time to square the ball to Jota for his hat-trick. You know, very, very unlucky there. Just a poor pass, you know. An absolutely brilliant solo goal from Thiago. Runs in, picks up the ball, drags it, and absolutely lets fly with a shot. Obviously, the ricochet brings it in, but it was all about Thiago, really. The ricochet is just the deflection, really. You know what I mean? It was nothing really at all. It was brilliant. Southampton with a couple of half chances really in the first half, but really no answer to Liverpool's high press. Liverpool absolutely totally dominant. To be honest with you, after 32 minutes, the game was done once that second goal went in. The third, Mane's pass. Couple of things in the first half that I picked up on. Mane's pass and that final pass at times was kind of a bit off. Konate's reaction time for me is still a little bit slow. I'm not sure if it's the speed of his reaction time or whether he's just so laid back, but it would be a concern for me. A couple of times when he was relaxed there, Southampton looked like they could get at him and stuff like that, so I'd be concerned about that. We already spoke about Robbo being back to his sharp self, which is really good. Fabinho, of course, is absolutely sublime in his position. He's probably the best in the world at his position, being honest. Just constantly breaking up the play, looking up, simple little passes, no messing about, doesn't lose the ball, always keeps control of it and stuff like that. It's absolutely brilliant. Come out in the second half, the boys knew it was game done and dusted. Southampton really had nothing to answer. Van Dijk scoring on 52 minutes, a corner from Trent. Ball lands at Van Dijk's feet and he basically just shoots it home. Great to see Van Dijk on the score sheet, and especially with it not being a header was absolutely brilliant. Thiago replaced on 59 minutes for Ox. Went off. Obviously, Klopp with an eye on the derby on Wednesday night. Going to be a huge match for us away at Goodison. Hendo was replaced by Milner in 67. Again, just thinking about giving the guys a rest, take them off. The job is done, you know. No need to be risking at him. Jota gets an absolute present of a pass on 73 minutes. His hat-trick, the goal wide open there for him, but unfortunately had to stretch for it and just put it over. And in truth today, Jota could have had nearly 5 if you look at it. He just had chance after chance after chance. Ox with a shot on 78 minutes. Probably could have put his foot through it straight at the keeper, but instead tried to sort of side foot at home and sort of position it and stuff like that, but went straight at the keeper, so he was unlucky. But again, good to see Ox coming on and being involved in the game and getting into positions of opportunities, you know. Jota goes off on 80 minutes, replaced by Taki. Good to see Taki coming on. And I said this, we spoke about on last week's show, that you need to be giving these boys minutes. They need to be involved in the team, especially with the AFCON coming up. There's going to be a heavy reliance on these boys because, in truth, I don't really see us bringing anyone in January, and anyone of any substance anyway, who's going to be available. And, you know, it's just not when we do our business. But Jota obviously going off wondering how he's not bringing the match ball with him in truth, like, you know what I mean? I mean, he should have had a bunch of goals. Salah could have had a few today, obviously missing his shooting boots, but still picked up the assist and was probing. Some of those diagonal balls that are being hit now are unbelievable. Even Konate has picked up on them now. Some of those balls he's treading down those channels for Salah are sublime at times, you know what I mean? And Salah absolutely a pest today at that back four for Southampton. Overall, a really easy game for Liverpool today. Kind of didn't expect it to be any different, but you have to go out from the get-go right at the start and be right on it and be professional about it. Go out and put them to the sword. But in truth, like a training session. Folks, this has been your Liverpool 4, Southampton 0 match reaction on the Shankly Sessions on the Dynamo Podcast Network on YouTube. You'll get audio versions of the show on Spotify. Come on, you red men. Let's roll on Wednesday. The Derby game is coming. And boy, God, do we owe them one. Let's do this, red men.